Hi guys, Angie Bells, my fairy treasures. Okay, I am back. It's been about a week or two since, probably 2 weeks since I've worked on my girls. I've been doing a whole series of mixing black women, mixing all the cultures together. Black with Asian, Asian with black. I'm doing all black women with all different types of cultures. And then I'll intermix everyone else also. So this will be like a year's long project. Eventually, like today I did a black woman and Hawaiian woman. Eventually I'll do a white woman and Hawaiian woman. And the whole series is we are more alike than we are unalike. Okay? So, which I think is very timely for this time in our history. So, let's get started. And then it's going to be a really pretty mixed media background. I'll show you for the background. I'm going to be using some, it's going to be very pinky, the colors I love. We're going to be doing some, first we'll put down, you know, music note paper, book note paper, all of that. Then we're going to be putting down beautiful napkins in the background. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful things like this. I love that. We might use this tissue paper and we might use this tissue paper here too. We'll see. So, these are the things I've pulled so far. But first, we got to first paint our girls up. Alright, so I like to start off, when I do my black girls, I like to use Tinsel by Jane Davenport. And I mix this up a little bit dark. I don't use it full strength. It gets splotchy. But you mix it and you get the dark skin tone that you want. So that's what I did in this one. And then I may have another one made up where it's more of a Latin or Hawaiian skin tone. So I add a little bit more water. So I said this is my lighter one of these. I just put them in these little things and it keeps them nice. Okay, this stuff is, oh, I love it. It's called Jane Davenport's Incredible Ink, and the color's called Tinsel. Let me hold it still so you guys can see the color, and that's the color. All right, but I do always mix it with a little bit of water because I mix it with water to get to the, you know, the color that I want. But you can't use it straight for skin tones, at least for skin tones. I don't know about anything else, because it gets all splotchy. It's weird. All right, so we're gonna do, this is just gonna be the base of her. Oh, I almost tipped that over. You know what? Yeah, I'll just, for right now, I won't, I'm going to come in just a second. And by that I mean I'm going to, I'll zoom in just a minute. But let me just first get the base coat on first. I think you need to see that at a wide angle. So that's what we'll do. I got some on her eyeball. Oh well. These incredible inks act a lot like watercolor. In fact, I can go back into that eyeball and take some of that color out like you can do watercolor. So. And if you don't get everything perfectly even, perfect. it makes it look more like a skin tone. Nobody's skin is perfectly even because there's all kind of lights hitting our skin all the time. So our eyes totally accept seeing different shades of skin, I mean, unless it's something dramatic, because the light's always hitting our skin. So it looks more natural if it's not completely like solid, you know? It may be darker in areas and lighter than others, which is just fine. Okay. See if I can get this up here. Yeah. I'm just mixing up with a little bit of water because I got into the hair. And then, oh, I wanted to get into the water. And I got into the eyeball a little bit. So we will just put a little water there, let it sit for a second, and then dab. And then that takes it out. So they're water soluble. Just like watercolors are, so that if you have any mess ups, you can fix yourself. All right, there we go. Okay, so while that's drying, instead of using the blow dryer to dry, let's put some eye color in. And then after you put the eye color in, that should be dry, and we'll go in with all the shading. We'll go in with all the magic. Let me see. Bring this up a little bit more. There we go. Yeah, because we're still going to work far out right now because you can see me doing the eyeballs. You're going to see me shading all the way around. When we come in close is when we shade the, I don't like to say shading the eyebrows or the eyes. When we start putting the life into the eyes, we'll bring it in when we start doing all the eyes, the you know what I'm saying. Okay, so let me get some eye color. We will use, we're gonna give her, I was thinking if I should give her green eyes or purple eyes. You guys know I like to do one green, one purple, but I think today we're gonna give her purple eyes. I think that would be gorgeous. So that's what she's getting. So nice. I have all my favorite products. I have all my favorite products sitting all around me, so that when I decide I want something, if I haven't pulled it, I can get right to it. If you haven't set yourself up a little area to do your mixed media, even if it's not like a whole room, you know, just a little area with all your stuff, it makes it so much easier when you go to create, and it'll make you want to create because you have all your stuff together. Even if you don't have a room to turn into a craft room or an art studio, take a suitcase and put all your stuff in there. I just think it makes all the difference in the world. Okay. Guys, just a second, I want to check something out. I have another picture I did, so just a second. And I really like how I did the lips, and I think I'm going to give her those color lips. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I did like a magenta lip, and then I lined it with purple pencil. So I wanted to do that. I haven't done it for a long time. So let me see. It's one of these colors here. Let me see which one I want to use. I think I want to use, where's my little, I have my little sheets like this. And it's usually, there it is. It's usually inside the 10, but it wasn't. Okay. I'm going to use Best Friend. I think that'll be really, yeah, I think it's better. Okay, let me just experiment for a second. Let me see if that Best Friend color is the one I want to use, or do I want to use Fairy Tale, which is this one right here. You know what? I think I want to use Fairy Tale. Okay. Oh, shoot. You guys see that? Let me make sure that you guys can see. Yeah. So I'm going to use Fairy Tale in here. And then we're going to line her lips with a purple pencil. I know it may sound strange, but I did it a long time ago, and I have that picture hung up in my office, or the little hallway to my office. And I'm like, oh, I got to remember that combination. I like that combination. I got to remember that. So this is me remembering. Yeah, this will be really pretty because we're going to do pink hair. So this is going to be, I think we're going to do pink hair. I'm pretty sure we're doing pink hair. Okay. Perfect. And then we'll be doing shading into that. In fact, the shading will be the purple pencil, purple Prismacolor pencil. So, all right, let me put this down somewhere so it can dry. And rinse my brush. All right, so let's start, while all that's drying, let's start doing some shading. Can I bring this over here? Yeah, I can bring it like right here. All right, so, oh, and that was a Jane Davenport watercolor palette. I'm sorry. Oh, well, you know what? I can't show you guys right now because it'll go everywhere. But that was a Jane Davenport watercolor palette, and then this is the Jane Davenport palette pastels. You guys see me use these all the time. Okay. There we go. And look how cool it is with her beautiful work on the front. And she made them look like eyeshadow palettes. I love it. You guys, I want to share something with you. I bought these at Dollar Tree for just $1. It's a napkin holder. And look, it holds your palettes. Isn't that fabulous? You can use it for makeup. It'll hold makeup palettes too. So, just want to give you the idea. And it really saves room, and you can have them right on the side of you and just go through your palettes and pick them out. So, it's fabulous. Oh, I'm loving this girl with the purple eyes and the really pink lips. Okay. Let's start shading. And this is where the magic comes in. There's no magic in anything until the shading starts, and then it's like, oh, love that. Right there, I dropped that color, and it kind of bleached it out. They don't matter. I'm going to do a bunch of shading there, so it won't matter at all. Okay. begin. The first color I'm going to use, I'm going to shade with, is this one here. And then we're going to go in darker with that one. We're going to first start with this one. And the nice thing, if you get out of line and you get into the hair or anything like that with these, you're so safe. You can just erase with the eraser. Or if you put it on and if you put it in a place you don't want it, you just erase with the eraser. It's fabulous. These are fabulous. And they're really, really nice and smooth. They're not like the chalky pastels. They're more like a pan pastel, like the professional ones that you get from, you know what, before I start blending that out, let's just go ahead and bring this down here too. Like the professional ones you get from the beauty supply store, or beauty supply. Oh my God. Art supply store. I've been making beauty videos too, like makeup videos, so I guess that's probably why I have that on my mind. I'm like, beauty supply. You know why? To me, all of it's the same. It's all art. What I'm doing right here right now, to me, doing all this shading, it's just like what you do in makeup. You're contouring and highlighting, and right now I'm contouring the face. You do the same thing in makeup if you like to contour, which I do. Yeah, check out, if you're into makeup or you want to learn some new makeup techniques or learn some new ways to do your makeup, check out my makeup videos. Okay, I got a little overzealous, I think. It's coming down too dark, so just a second. I'm going to show you about how you can erase. Remember I said you can erase so easily? Check this out. This is why when you use these, you don't ever have to be scared. I could have used these for the eyes too, and for the lips. So let's go back in now and blend this out now. Oh, I touched my camera. Okay, I think this will be better now, I think. And this is a makeup brush that I'm using. When Jane Davenport created these, she used a makeup brush when she was using them. I thought, oh, okay, cool. She sells them with the kit if you want to buy those. Or just buy them wherever. They're makeup brushes. But this pastel I have, you can get it from Hobby Lobby, Amazon. eBay sells it, and also, oh, there's a crafts and art supply. And I'm trying to think of the name of the art supply or the craft supply store that's online. I haven't shopped at it, but people kept telling me about the sale because they were selling a lot of the Jane Davenport. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. Maybe it'll come to me. I can't remember. I really can't remember what it is. I can't remember because I don't shop with it very often, but. And Hobby Lobby has, at my store, they have two palettes. They have this one, and then one of the other ones I'm going to show you. They're like 20 bucks there, but you can always use a coupon, so. Okay. While this is upside down, I'm going to go ahead and make it over down. Okay, just a second. Trying to get thinner down here. Okay, there we go. Sorry you guys, I'm getting quiet. Just focusing on what I'm doing. Okay. Okay. Okay, I better still be in frame. Yes, I am. All right. So when we're contouring like this, we're putting the shape into the face. All right, so let's go put the shape in over here. And right now I'm just using the very tip of this makeup brush. Okay. Okay, this should blend out. Okay, and let's take some of this. Take some of this away here and put that over here. I like to bring some of that dark red under the eye. Okay. And then take our brush and go right over what we've been doing, right? And blend it out. Okay. So go right over what you've done and blend it out. You don't need to put any more color on the brush. Kind of wipe off the rest of the color before you come back over here because you don't need any more color on here. You just want to blend it out. It's like when you use a blender pencil and you blend it out from with the blender pencil. But you just use the same color. And that's why I like these too. You know, like when you use alcohol markers, if you want to blend it out, you have to use the 3 shades. Like if you have a brown, you need to have a dark brown, a medium brown, and a light brown. So if you start with your darker, then you go with your lighter, then you go with your medium. So you have all those. Here you have one color, and because you can go like this, you can blend it out to the lightest color. Isn't that fabulous? Love it. Okay. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Make sure we're in. And let me turn my picture around here. Yeah, you know what? I did get a little overzealous here, bringing this out a little bit too much. See how this side is and how that side is? I don't want to bring it out so much. So let me come in just a little. Let me just bring it back out a little bit. There we go. Perfect. And then we'll go back in with our thing and just blend out again. Perfect. That's a lot better. Okay. All right. So now let's go down here to the neck. Do the same thing. There's a lot of hair over here, so all the hair is over here, so it's going to be really heavily shadowed over here. Okay. See how heavily I'm shadowing this on this side? There we go. And that's something when I first started doing work like this, I didn't get aggressive enough. And that was my biggest problem. I'm like, what is going, why am my girls, the skin tone wasn't as dark as I wanted. The contouring wasn't as much as I wanted. And it was because I was afraid to really get in there. And I was afraid to really get in there and do the work. I mean, I wanted to do the work, but I was afraid I would just go in too light. But you got to build your confidence up. And as you build your confidence up and your skills up, then you're like, and you've done it quite a few times, you're like, oh, okay, that's going to work out. A lot of times, like in life, things aren't working out because you're just trying to do too much. In art, a lot of times, I've noticed, you're not doing enough. Okay, so we're going to blend this out. And you guys have seen me overdo it, and then I have to take my eraser and erase it back. Okay, so now we're blending this out. And when you're doing a black woman, you need to go in boldly with the color. or you're not going to get deep enough. So let me just show you guys, make sure I'm letting you guys see the colors I used. I'm using this one right now, okay? I'm using this one right now, and I'm going to make it even deeper on the edges with that, okay? And then I may go in deeper with pencil. Maybe not, we'll see. All right. I always want to say this. I use a lot of Jane Davenport's products. Not sponsored. It's crazy when people say that. I always feel like, of course I'm not sponsored. I'm just a normal little person. But Jane Davenport, if you ever watch this, which I'm sure you won't, you can sponsor me, girl. I'll be talking about your products constantly because your products are awesome. I absolutely love them. I love you. I love all your products. I love your art. Yeah, the whole thing. Big fan. I'm erasing this in the middle a little bit so that we can have a little bit of a highlight right here. Making sure that we have a nice highlight there. Okay. Make sure this is blended out enough. Make sure this is blended out enough. Nice. Love it. Okay, so next, I am going to go on the, right on the edge of everything here with this darker brown, so we can even make her even more mahogany. So we can deepen up her skin even more. Right on the edge here, we're going to go in with more shading. So that color that we used, that Tencel, that ink, Jane Davenport's Incredible Ink Tencel, that's just the lightest color on her skin. That's like the highlight on her. Her true skin tone is this deeper that we're putting in. This is just the light hitting her. But this is her true skin tone, the one we're doing. The darker ones. Oops. Okay, and do the same thing right here, all the way around. So when you're doing a black woman, do not be scared to use these dark colors. But the key is to use a light enough color that's still deep enough here, this part into here, so you get that light. Otherwise, if I could have taken this color and did it all over, then I would lose like some light and dimension in her face. I might be going back over this to make this a little bit smoother. It looks a little streaky to me. We'll see. Let me add some things and then I can tell you if I'm going to or not. You know what? I wonder if I should lightly go over. I don't usually like to go back over, but I kind of feel like it's a little too streaky in the middle. I'm going to go back over with the lighter one because I don't need a whole lot. It doesn't usually happen, but this girl is a little bit, see how she's a little bit bigger? Her face is a little bit bigger than the other one. So sometimes I'm going to go with a bigger brush. Just a second. Yeah, we're just going to go over just one time. Okay. Wait, is this the color? Yeah, I think so. Yes, that's a lot smoother. Okay, perfect. And then if I even have to blend a little bit more, the pastel over that, I will. We'll let it dry. Perfect. Yeah, that's a lot smoother looking. Okay. I think what happened was I usually use a brush that's like this big. I used a little bit smaller brush today. And a bigger brush, I can cover a lot more area and cover it a lot smoother. So that's probably what happened. Okay, I even thought about it when I chose this size brush. So, anyway. All right, so we need to go back through and just blend that little bit of brown. It's that little bit of brown on the edge into the rest of this. So everything's very cohesive. And I turn my work all kinds of ways so I'm at the right angle. As long as I'm still in frame so you guys can see, that's important. Okay. And then, is this dry yet? No, it's not dry yet. Okay. I am going to just blend a little bit of this into here once that's dry. So, actually, let's just take the blow dryer to it because I want to get it all done. Lightly load my sponge up a little bit. What might do here? There we go. There we go. That looks a lot smoother. All right, so now let's take that same color and do some shading here on the nose. take that contour and there we go. Work it into this right here. Also, we'll see if I have to erase it, but we want to bring this contouring inside this nose here. Okay. There. And let's just bring it a little bit in the nose here like that. Perfect. Put a little bit right here. Okay. We'll bring this back a little bit. I want it, but I just don't want it so heavy. There we go. Perfect. That looks good. All right, we're gonna work on the eyes, but before that, let's throw some blush on the cheeks. I love this for the blush on the cheeks. It's this little palette right here. It's a cream pastel, and the other one isn't cream, it's more of a powdery one, but it's real rich and creamy, so it's not too powdery. This one's actually like a cream, and it's fabulous. So we did that color or that color, and it works so great for blush. It also works really good for lips too. What do I want to use today? All right, we'll use this one. And it really, what I like about it is it goes over dark skin really well. Like, it really shows up on dark skin. Put that down so I can focus. Okay. And it mixes in with the other pastels really well. So I love to really blush the cheeks really good. Perfect. Okay. Let me see what you guys are seeing. All right. All right, so now let's work on the eyes, because the eyes really need to start coming alive here. Let's do some shading in the iris of the eye. We're going to use our violets, and now we're going to come in closer, because now we need to work close. Okay, so I moved, there we go. I moved us in closer so we can really look at the eyes. And I'm using the, let me put my readers on. I'm using Prismacolor Pencil Violet. My pencil's getting small, so I put it into one of these. Generals. You can get this at Michael's. You can also get them at Blick's art supply store. And let's start putting some shading into the eyes. And this is where the eyes really start coming alive. And I think it's important to first put down the watercolor. It makes the eye look, gives it that juiciness that an eyeball really has, in my opinion. Okay, so then let's take a blender pencil. If you don't have a blender pencil, get one. They are fabulous. You get these at Michael's in the fine arts section. You can get them in, a second, I just heard somebody at my doorbell. It was the mailman. Okay, you can get them in the fine arts section at Michael's. You can get them at Blick's. Blick's has their own brand of colored pencils, which I want to go there and pick them up. I keep saying that and I haven't done it yet. I'm going to. I just want to try a couple of their pencils. I want to see what they're like. See how close they are to Prismacolor pencils. They have these blender pencils in that brand too. Okay, I need to bring this purple down just a little bit more. Okay, pretty. And then what I like to do is right in the center, just open it up just a little bit with erasing. Even though I just blended all that, just because it just, I don't know, it does something. It does a little something, something. It brightens up that eyeball in the middle. And then this is a violet blue, which means like a purpley blue. Just in the crux, I'm just going to deepen in the crux, just in the crux of the eye. Okay, and then blend. It's not really something you totally notice, but overall, you notice. Awesome. All right, so let's go to the other eye and do the same thing. So you're going to take not a light pressure, but not a hard, like a medium hard pressure is what you're laying down. And when you lay the watercolor down first, like we did, it gives a good tooth for pencil to go over. The best tooth for pencil to go over is acrylic paint. But I think acrylic paint would just make the eyeball look too dead. You'd have to add a lot of colors. You have to do more work than I'm doing right now. You could do it with acrylics, of course, but you'd have to do a little bit more work to make the eyeball look alive. If there's such a thing as making an eyeball look alive, but you know what I mean. Hopefully my head's not in the way. Okay, so see how it gets a little dark right in the middle right there? It's still light, but it's not as light as I want. So I just come in the middle and just kind of bring things back a little. Give a little shock there. So that, there we go. And then I'll blend it back out again. Just a little bit. There we go. And then I'm going to take that Prismacolor Violet Blue right in the crux. Throw a little bit right in the crux here. Okay. Oh, that looks pretty. You know what? I'm going to add a little bit more purple, or this violet blue. It's a little bit further down over here. I usually just do it right in the crux, but it looked really good. Just bringing it down just a little bit more. And really blending it. That looks really pretty. This adds a little something. Okay. Gorgeous. Now, what I want to do, we're going to do catch lights in a minute, but we're not going to do catch lights yet. What really starts bringing the highlight too is we need to line this eye. And I line the eye like eyeliner, but with my marker, with my pen. Just a second. We need to deepen the eyeball. Let me get my pen here situated, which one I'm using. This is the one I'm using. Okay. Just an ink pen, you know, like when you ink your drawings. And then I'm using one that has a little bit fatter tip on it. They're both Le Pens. That's the brand on these ones. Same as when everybody gets the other brand. What's it called? This one. Microns. Same type of ink pens. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is I want to reshape up the eye. Oh, my nose. Because with all the stuff we did, oops, okay, it's kind of, all right, we're fine still. With everything we did, we kind of, not kind of, we've lost the shape of the eye. Okay. I kind of went in a little bit more than I wanted to. What happened was my pin here hit some of the, you know, I gotta equal that out. It hit the Prismacolor pencil and moved my hand. There we go. That's fine. We can have it thicker up here on the top because we're definitely gonna have it. Let me reline this. Let me line this eyeball out again. And you guys are going to see this and be like, oh my God, that makes the biggest difference. And then we're going to reline the eye here, and then we're going to make it really thick and heavy. Make the eyeliner really thick down here. And it's funny because when I do my own makeup, like if you watch my makeup videos, you see me put on a heck of a lot of eyeliner. I love the whole era, like Dynasty, how everything was a smoky eye and heavy eyeliner and lots of mascara and fake eyelashes. Yeah, I love drama. I love drama. You guys are like, obviously. I loved watching Dynasty. I loved watching Diane Carroll and Joan Collins. I didn't like that Crystal lady. I like the sassier girls. And their outfits were more sassy. Loved them. Okay, now we're gonna darken the iris. This really makes things come alive. We've gone over this iris so many times now with all kinds of stuff, especially the watercolor has hit it. Pencil has hit it. So now, we just deepen the heck out of it. Next, we're going to do the eyelashes. And we still got to put the, oh, you know what? Before we do the eyelashes, I got to do the makeup. So let's just do the makeup right now, the eyeshadow. Let's just do that right now. Let's just stop. I almost forgot. Duh. I think we're going to get crazy on the eyeshadow, and we're going to do let me just get my eyeshadow brush out here. I know I'm going to do this pinky color, that, and I think we're going to do that. We're going to do that in some purple, which is over here. All right, we're going to shut this one. We're not going to use this one. We're going to use this one. It's called Palette Pastel. Lit Up. That's what the palette's called, is Lit Up. Look at this. I've hit pan already on that purple. All right, we got some left in here though, so we're going to use that. Oh yeah, I have two of this one, I think. Do I have two of this one? Maybe I don't. I think I have two of this one. Okay, so we're going to put the purple right here. Haven't done the eyeshadow like this on my girls in a while. I'm going to do her eyeshadow the same on that side. And then we're going to use this. Cool. Let me take this color here and just go over that a little bit more. Very pretty. See what you guys are seeing. Okay. And we'll do the same thing with the other side too. We'll just do it right now. And we'll use that hot pink color on the outside. Very pretty. Just putting a little bit more of that pink color. Very pretty. Okay, so now since we have on the eyeshadow. Now we have on the eyeshadow. Just a second. I am really, that's okay. I always do this. I'm kind of smearing my pastels, but we're fine. Now we can go ahead and do the eyelashes. So I'm going to use this ink pen still again, and we're going to go over the eyelashes. this is what made me think of the eyelashes, because I'm like, you have to have the eyeshadow done before you can go over the eyelashes, because if not, it won't work. Now this can clog up your pen a little bit, so just take your pen on another piece of paper if it starts getting clogged up with too much of everything. There's so much stuff on here. I mean, how much stuff do we have on here? A lot. So we're just going back over the lines that we already have, just to really bring out these eyelashes. Okay. We'll go back over these. Okay. Okay, that looks good. Just make sure that I don't want to go over anything else. Okay. That looks good. On the eyeball, we got a little bit of make that eyeball nice and black. Okay. Now she looks good. Okay. All right, so let's go down to the other eye. We're done. Okay, let's make sure I'm in frame. Let's go through and let's give shape back to the eye. The eye is like, I'm starving of shape. Okay, let's give shape back to the iris. Give shape back to the eyeball or the iris here. We'll be touching, we'll touch it up right now. Adds a lot of drama to have a really black iris. And then the bottom. Let me make sure you guys are seeing me. Yeah. This is the eye I'm working on? Okay. Okay. Very cool. Love it. Okay, so now let's go back through and let's reinforce the eyelashes. So we have eyelashes. So we have eyelashes for days, I love a lot of eyelash. And now, well, I've always loved a lot of eyelash. I would just put on a lot of mascara because I was allergic, I thought, to the glue of the eyelashes. And then when I only tried them once, and then it drove me nuts. And then the eyelash glue burnt my eye, and then I never tried again. And then I recently, since I'm doing these makeup videos, or get ready with me, just a second, I'm trying to get my pencil to start, my pen to start working again. I said, all right, I'm trying these eyelashes, because I see all these girls, and they look so beautiful with these eyelashes on. And I am into it now on myself. It just looks so doll, it makes you look so doll-like. So dramatic. And I love drama, so I was like, yes, ma'am. Okay. That looks really good. All right, let's throw, oh, we got to do the lips. Remember I told you the purple? I did this color with purple lips, and it looked really good, so I haven't done it in a long time, so here we go. So I put it on like I do a lip liner. I don't even know why I thought this would look good. And it did. Hopefully it looks good on this girl. I think it will. So this is a Prismacolor Violet. And the watercolor down first is a Fairy Tale. And then let's get our blender pencil out. Make sure our blender pencil's cleaned. And blend this out. And I'm blending it out with my blender pencil. Okay. And then, oh, it does look good. Still looks really good. Even on this girl, I love it. Love it. I gotta use this more often. I didn't know. I used this on a lighter skin tone and it looked awesome. And I hadn't done on a darker skin tone with this. And, you know, things look different on different skin tones, so. Whether you're doing your own makeup or you're doing makeup on your girls. Same thing. That looks really good. Just a second, I want to add a little bit more of this purple down here so I can get a little bit more blending out of her. Hopefully I'm still in frame. Just a second, guys. All right. Seeing something on the forehead here. I want it to look smoother, and it's not as smooth as I want it up here. I don't know if it has to do with So when you don't like things, if you can, fix them. Okay, I need to blend that again. So just a second. Let me find my brush here. That's, yeah, this should work. Make sure you guys are seeing what I'm doing. That was weird. I just choked on my own, you know what, my own spit. Sorry, guys. I hate that when you get choked up and there's like, okay, there's no reason for me to be getting choked up. Let's see if I like that better. I do like that better. Okay. Where I said sometimes, a lot of times you need to get overzealous. I had just gotten a little too overzealous right there. So no major, just, especially no major if you're using these pastels, because you can just erase it and get it right. See what you guys are seeing. Cool. Like that so much better. Okay. So now let's put in some catch lights. Use my white acrylic paint, just a cheapy apple barrel white acrylic paint or whatever you have. But I find the cheapy acrylic paint works the best for doing stuff like this. Plus, if you ever want to put acrylic down and then go over it with pencil to do some shading, the best thing you can use is just a flat cheapy acrylic paint to do that. You can't go over it if it has like shine and stuff with acrylic paint. Okay, we're going to use our mermaid liner brush. Add a little bit of water just to make this a little bit more liquidy. Just a little bit. Let me get the right consistency over here. Second, I gotta test it out over here on some things. Okay, that's too watery. All right, that's good. Okay, so let's throw in some catch lights. I'm sure you guys are seeing. Yeah. Oh, that looks horrible. Why did that do that like that? Okay, I will leave that catch light alone. Not the way I usually like to have them, but you know what? It looks kind of cool, so. Don't always get upset because everything doesn't turn out exactly how you want. Sometimes it's a happy little surprise and you're like, oh, okay. And what is light supposed to look like? Like that light right there, it has like a little different type of streak, but who's to say how a catch light's supposed to be? So, see how that just brings the eyes so alive. Also, we're going to do, let me get some of the paint off of here. All right, so now we're going to also throw some fairy dust on the eyes. which is just little white splatters. Alright, what's going on is my brush is splitting. I don't know if this brush is getting old or what. We're going to find out. I have a lot of these. Okay. Sorry I'm getting quiet, you guys. I'm just focusing. Okay, we're gonna put some dots right on the, I'm gonna put some fairy dust right on the line of the eyes. There we go. And kind of make those bigger. Perfect. All right, let's go back over here and fairy dust this eye. Be very random with it. I'm gonna go back over a few of the ones that I did over here where I didn't have my brush loaded quite right. There we go. And let's go right on the eyeliner with some fairy dust. I think this really brings the girls alive to do all this. A little extra. And I'm also going to bring fairy dust right down like this. Okay, just a second. Gotta load my brush up again. But I gotta load it up right. Yeah, I think this is the last time I'll be using this liner brush. Alright, so let's go over here and do the same thing. And one more. That one a little more round. Okay. Hopefully you guys are seeing that. Perfect. And then we need to do some catch lights on the lips. Catch light there, and then we'll catch some lights here and do some catch lights on the bottom. I don't like that other one. There we go. That looks good. And let's throw a catch light on the tip of the nose, not the total tip, but right there. All right, and what I want to do is I want to have you guys come back out. So let me bring you back out. Okay, and we'll throw a catch light right here. I always love that. Just adds a little bit of a just a little bit. Melt into nothing. And I love that. In fact, you know, I just want to round out that little catch light on her nose. Just a little. Oh God, now I'm ruining it. What I want is a round catch light on her nose. And it's not very round. this is a big old catchlight on her nose. Oh my God. Just a second. Let me see what I can. Okay, perfect. Now I don't mind it being that big. I took some of the catchlight off. That got crazy for a second. Okay. I'm like, no, I'm scared. Okay, this little part in the middle here. Oh, I don't want that. I'm gonna use this dark brown right here just for this little part. That little divot right there underneath the nose and the nostrils here. Just put a little brown in nose. And I think we're done. I think she looks gorgeous. What do you guys think? I love her. Yeah, I love her. What was I gonna say? Oh, what we're doing next. Okay, so next what we'll do is we will do our Hawaiian girl. So we will color her up next. And when we do her skin tone, we'll use that same tinsel, but we'll use the lighter version of it. And then I'll show you how we're going to shade her all up. And then after we do her face, then we will do their hair and be done with that part. And then we'll do the background, like always. It's always the same process. I mean, every girl's different, but I mean, you know, the process is really similar. Okay, you guys, so that is it for now. I think this turned out really, really pretty. I hope you guys like it. I hope you're inspired to follow along and do some of this We Are More Alike Than We Aren't. Or if you learned some new techniques or learned about some new products, let me know below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can give this video a thumbs up, any comments or questions, leave below. Come visit me on Facebook and Instagram, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. See ya. Bye. Toodaloo.